So it's time for us to go and take a look at the iPhone 13 Pro and compare it against the iPhone 11 Pro and see which particular iPhone is a better one for you. Now, clearly, I'm more of a fan of the iPhone 13 Pro than the 11 Pro. What's very interesting is I used both these phones throughout my life, and I liked both of these phones. I love these phones so much, so I love comparing these. If you want to pick up either one of these phones, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there, and you can help support the channel at the same time. Now, starting off with the outside of both these devices, the front of the iPhone 11 Pro has a 5.8-inch Super Retina OLED display, and it was a really good panel when it first came out. I really like this display. It looked very sharp. I love the way it looked. You're getting this kind of like a curved side to it. You're getting the notch up top, which was like okay at the time. And overall, when I looked at this device, I still to this day, I still think it looks very, very good. It looks like a very nice panel that you can kind of use on an everyday basis. The thing that is missing out on nowadays, there's no 120 hertz panel. It's still a 60 hertz display. It is slightly smaller than the newer panels, and it is a curved panel, which maybe it's not curved, but it's curved side. So there can be a little bit of a downside for some people. But regardless of that, I still think this is a very, very nice looking display, and I think it's a very good phone when it kind of comes down to it from that particular perspective. On the iPhone 13 Pro, on the other hand, this is a very good display. It's a better display than the iPhone 11 Pro for sure. On this particular phone, you are getting a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. So just right there, you're getting a few things. One is a bigger display, which is pretty big. I love having a bigger display, but also it's a 120 hertz display at that as well. So this in and of itself is another very, very big thing. Like if you're going through and if you're using this type of device, I like the fact that this particular phone is giving you that type of capability of giving you a 120 hertz display, because that kind of stuff is going to make this phone last so much longer you have no idea. And this is by far, once again, one of my most favorite things and features going on for this particular phone from that particular perspective. So definitely a much better looking display on the iPhone 13 Pro for sure. For the rest of the bodies, you can see still very good feeling phones and very good feeling bodies from the sides of both of them, which is something I like a lot. You're getting these volume buttons, which is really nice. These ringer switches, which is very nice as well. SIM card tray still on both phones, and you're getting this like reflective material on the sides of both these phones, which is actually very nice. I like having that type of capability for sure. And this in and of itself is another very nice thing going on for this phone, of just having these like reflective sides, which is really cool. At the top, you're not really getting anything. At the bottom, you're getting these lightning ports, which is actually very nice. I love being able to plug in my iPhone and just charge them this way. So that's another really nice thing going on here. On the back side, it looks more similar than different, for sure. You're just getting different colors. And this gold color was like my favorite color of all time. I wish Apple were to bring it back on the iPhone 15s. They didn't have it on the 13s, but definitely on the 16s, I think they're going to have it. Triple camera setups in the top left corner, LiDAR sensor on the bottom of the iPhone 13 Pro. You're getting these frosted glass backs, which again just feels so good. One of my most favorite things going on for both these phones. You're getting wireless charging. You're getting this MagSafe capability on the back of the iPhone 13 Pro, which again feels and looks very good. That's another really cool feature going on for this particular device. Lots of good stuff on the back side of both these devices too. I like these phones for sure. Is there one phone that I think is like significantly better than the other one? I don't know if there's like one that's significantly better, but definitely when it comes down to it, the iPhone 13 Pro is by far the better one on the outside. It's giving you this bigger, blockier type of design, which I like, and it's also giving you a 120 hertz panel, which is also very, very nice as well. Now, in terms of software and longevity, the iPhone 13 Pro is going to last longer than the iPhone 11 Pro, and that's just exactly what's going to end up happening. As you can probably suspect, a phone like the iPhone 11 Pro, it's been supported for quite a few years. It came out in 2019. The iPhone 13 Pro came out in 2021. So this in and of itself is another very, very big thing. If you're trying to get the phone that's going to be lasting you or giving you a longer lasting time, the iPhone 11 Pro is probably going to be the one that's not going to last as long as the iPhone 13 Pro, which is expected. You kind of expect that in this day and age, so you just kind of have to keep that in mind. The iPhone 13 Pro is still supported with software. It's going to be supported with software for many, many years to come. So that's kind of another cool advantage of this particular device when it comes down to it. So now let's go and do a speed comparison between both these phones. The iPhone 13 Pro has that Apple A15 body chip inside of it with 6 gigabytes of RAM, where the iPhone 11 Pro has that Apple A13 body chip inside of it with 4 gigabytes of RAM. So let's go and see which one's the faster phone between both. Okay, there we go. All the apps are cleared out in the background, so let's get into it. Phone calls 321. The 13 Pro is here, 11 Pro is here. Hopping out of here, music 321. I kind of just clicked into it by accident. Okay, that kind of covers that one. Hopping out of here, App Stores 321. And it's weird, I'm not on Wi-Fi in either one of these, even though I'm on Wi-Fi. I was on Wi-Fi. Calendar 321. Hopping out of here, let's go and get into camera, 3, 2, 1. Okay, perfect. Let's go and take a photo. A little bit glitchier on both. This one did have the flash on. Let's go and kind of swipe between these panels. It's probably not going to be that big of a difference there. Photo, 3, 2, 1. 13 Pro slightly faster. Clock, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. News, it's not going to load. Apple TV, 3, 2, 1. So the pop-up was a little bit faster on the iPhone 13 Pro. Hopping out, there was a glitch on the 11 Pro. Podcast, 3, 2, 1. 13 Pro again is the faster one. So we're going into settings, 3, 2, 1. Okay, not too many big differences. But even just scrolling down, you can kind of see how much smoother the iPhone 13 Pro is over the iPhone 11 Pro. Like this in and of itself is a very, very big difference. Like let me just go and do that. Like you can see, in my opinion, the 13 Pro is significantly smoother. Let's go and try something like Snake versus Blocks, 3, 2, 1. Now this is not that intensive of a game, but it's still very fun for me to test out every once in a while. And you can see the iPhone 13 Pro again was the faster one. iPhone 11 Pro a little bit slower. Usually there's some phones that glitch up here and there on these two, but it looks like both are doing pretty good. Netflix 3, 2, 1. I also don't have internet connection, so it's not going to load. Let's go and do Quizlet. I was going to thank you, 3, 2, 1. I think the 13 Pro may have been the faster one there, hopping out of these two. Let's go and get into something like, I think that's kind of all the ones I have here. Stack, 3, 2, 1. Okay, iPhone 11 Pro again is the faster one. iPhone 13 Pro a little bit slower. Getting into some gameplay here. Let's see if there's any big differences, which I don't think there is. You can see it's basically the same exact thing as you'd probably expect. Hopping out of here. Let's go into something else. I think that kind of covers up almost the applications I want to test. So be servers 3, 2, 1. And I will tell you from what I can tell, I think the iPhone 13 Pro is probably the faster one, but it is actually a lot closer than you'd probably think. Like there's actually a lot of similarity here, which I do think is actually pretty crazy, but I would definitely tell you when it kind of comes down to from my side, the iPhone 11 Pro is probably the slower one, which we probably expect. So that kind of covers it up there. In terms of the camera side of things, the iPhone 11 Pro and 13 Pro are both giving you triple camera setups, which again is a really nice touch. I love being able to go through and just use these phones as I normally would, and the fact that these things have these cameras are very nice. 4K at 60 on the back, 4K at 60 on the front, wide ultra-wide telephoto lenses on all of these phones, which again is a very, very nice thing to have, and I love these types of phones because they are giving you that type of capability. On the iPhone 11 Pro, at that time, this was a really good camera. It basically gave you everything you needed, and at this time, I used this camera nonstop for like a year, a little bit over a year. I had an amazing time with it. 10x zoom there, you're getting 0.5x zoom here, video mode, slow mode, time lapse, portrait mode, panorama mode, very solid sensors, and definitely by far a very good type of camera that I actually liked a lot. I'm still a massive fan of the iPhone 11 Pro's camera for sure. With the iPhone 13 Pro, this is also a very good camera that I like a lot as well. It's a better camera than the iPhone 11 Pro for sure. This type of camera is giving you, a 0.5x zoom here. It's giving you 15x zoom, I think, on the inside, which it's not working. Okay, there we go in photo mode. 15x zoom here, which again is very nice to have. And I will tell you, this camera is definitely better. You're getting more zooming in capability. You're getting cinematic mode, which is another cool feature that this phone is giving you that the 11 Pro is not giving you. That is another really cool thing. And I will still tell you, this camera is just better. And you're getting a LiDAR sensor too. There's 20,000 ways of kind of putting it, but this, the iPhone 13 Pro camera is definitely better as far as I can tell than the iPhone 11 Pro's camera. So to kind of sum it up, what I'll definitely tell you, I'm a fan of both these phones. I use both these phones a lot. And back in 2021, I would tell you get the 11 Pro because that one is cheaper. Nowadays, I'll tell you get the iPhone 13 Pro because it is that much better of an iPhone. And you're going to be getting a bigger size battery, a better display, better performance, better cameras, better longevity. Like everything is going to be better on this phone. And it's worth it to spend a little bit more money on the 13 Pro. Otherwise, if you're on a budget and you want to buy a little bit of a cheaper device, I think the iPhone 11 Pro is also a very good option here. Like you cannot go wrong with this phone. But if I'm going to pick up one, I'd rather pick up something like the iPhone 11 Pro over the iPhone 13 Pro. So that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.